Some days I wake up feeling ugly, unloved, so I try to fix myself. So I wrote this song, Boils My Blood, about 3 or 4 years ago, and it's one of those songs that's just really honest, to be completely honest, I guess. I was on social media, I think I was on Facebook or something, and I was scrolling through pictures, and I saw a picture that really reminded me of something I didn't have. So at the time, my dad and I really just didn't have a good relationship, and I actually saw a picture of some other girl that I knew. She's a lot younger than me, actually, and she was like on her dad's back and like piggyback ride, you know, and I grew up really close to my dad. I was a daddy's girl, and at that time in my life, about 4 years ago, or whenever, I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, I just really didn't feel like I had a good relationship with my dad, and it really just made my heart sad. And in one moment I ended up with a guitar in my hand, like crying out, honestly, with this song of like, hey, like I wish this relationship was better and this pain really hurts, just being honest. And as you guys know, if you've been watching any of my videos or seen any of my songs, I'm really honest about my feelings and open and just willing to put it out there. So I just picked up a guitar and I started playing like 4 simple chords. I capoed the 5th, and I was just playing, and I was just being honest. And I also was going through like church ministry burnout at the time I was in this ministry, which is amazing, but I just felt really burnt out. So when I wrote this song, the first verse was completely about the church situation, and the second verse was about my dad. And I think a lot of people, when they hear a song, they expect you to kind of stay on one topic, and I am not good at that. So yeah, the first verse, it goes, some days I wake up feeling ugly, unloved, so I try to fix myself. So I was going through this phase, you know, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm not really liking what I see. I'm going through a lot of growth, and you know, I think everyone goes through a phase like that where you really have to try to find acceptance, and the Lord helps you find it of yourself first before anyone else can even accept you. You got to really find it on the inside. And so I was going through that, and so I tried to fix myself. I don't care what they see, and I'm talking about the church people. Like, you see me this way because they've never seen me. They've only seen my wealth, meaning like they've only seen my giftings and what I'm really good at. They haven't seen my struggles and the darkness that I've walked through and all these different things. And maybe that wasn't for them to see, but I was just being honest in that moment and truly just processing it. And then it goes, the pain, it boils my blood. It boils my blood. It boils my blood. I'm dramatic for sure, because it wasn't boiling, but it felt like really deep pain. Second verse goes, I know, how does it go? I forget. It boils my blood. Oh, okay, I got it. The second verse, it goes, I feel lonely and confused. What was I supposed to do to keep you around? Because if you stayed, I would have left, and all the promises you kept were like vapors steaming around. I've told people before, you guys might not know, but my family went through a really hard divorce when I was about, I want to say 15. I was in the middle of high school, and divorce is just not easy for anybody, whether you're a child in the midst of your parents getting divorced, or your parents get divorced at you being 30 versus you being 8, or you're the one going through divorce. Divorce is just painful for everyone. And so when I was watching my parents go through a divorce, I just felt lonely. I felt like my friends didn't get it. I felt like my family didn't understand me at that time. So I felt lonely. I felt confused. Like, what does my life look like now? I never thought something like this would happen. Like, when I have kids one day, whose house do we go to for Christmas? All these different thoughts that are just overwhelming me, and I'm still really young and all this stuff. And then you want to blame yourself. What was I supposed to do to keep you around? Because if you stayed, I would have left. And just knowing that it wasn't a healthy situation before my family experienced a divorce, it was just, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of like not great times, you know, and great times. It was a mixture of emotions. So I just put it all on the table, like, hey, these things are painful in my life. And so that's where Boils My Blood really comes from. The bridge goes, and you'd lie to me and I'd fight to see the man that you'd become. Just dealing with like people in my family lying and going through all of that. We're all a lot better now and a lot healthier, thank God, on the other side of the divorce. But at the time, it was just really, 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 really rough. So Boils My Blood is all about that. As a Christian who is an artist, I feel like it's absolutely necessary to put songs out that are completely candid, completely honest to who I am and to what people are experiencing every day. And that's one thing that really made me want to get into music. I just want to be honest, and I hope Boils My Blood touches those who could use just a friend in the midst of pain. So that's it. Boils my blood. Some days I wake up feeling ugly, unloved, so I try to fix myself.